Hello and welcome to Shrek the Musical. I'm your host Shrek, and I'm joined here by Tony
Donkey.
Tenzadati.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, you sent me this photo.
Yeah, I left today to come here. I'm actually here in real life. I mean, we have to dispel these rumors that I'm still on my house recording this over the internet. But at the front door was Shrek the Musical. They knew.
Well, I think what happened is you went out the house and then a Google targeted advertising van saw you. It's like, shit, he's onto us, and he just pulled off and like drove off into the distance.
I like to think that Google vans drive around and like targeted ads go, right, we're gonna throw like a targeted magazine at this door.
Online ads are targeted, but these are real life targeted ads. He's like, are you sure this wasn't for me? I did have the Shrek blanket the other day.
I was doing, me and Michael were looking at Shrek memes at some point as well, like after that. So, and me and Michael were going, yeah, Shrek. So one of the greatest films of all time.
The real question is, are you going to Shrek the Musical?
I don't know. I've got a couple of months to think about it. I don't know where it is though.
It's at the Crescent, wherever that is.
Wherever that is.
Okay. Should we go straight into We've had PAX recently.
Yeah.
So we got a bunch of trailers to look at. Let's just look at some trailers.
There's quite a few trailers, right?
China's closed, by the way.
Oh yes.
I don't think we talked about this yet, but the coronavirus is fucking crazy and everything's shutting down.
Yeah. I was gonna.
Have a hotel meme for you.
The other thing I wanted to talk about as well was that people talking about coronavirus like have been demonetized.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess, because there's so many people putting fake
people are spreading
out.
false information about it.
Some people are like, oh, don't even worry about it. Not many people have died from it yet. It's like, yeah, not yet. So like, yeah, then YouTubers like, yeah, well, you're not getting monetized. You talk about it anymore, including Thunderfoot, who was basically dispelling the rumors.
The coronavirus is fake news.
Yeah,
fake news.
Yeah, but okay. Trump also thinks it's fake news. He's like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And like the stocks in America are like completely being destroyed because the president is not doing anything about like precautions where we are in this country. So.
Anyway, trailers.
Moving on, trailers.
Curse of the Dead Gods. We got a trailer for this cool looking game. Looks like a roguelite kind of game. Looks pretty cool. Looks like Supergiant Games, the Hades. It was on the Epic Store and it came to Steam.
Yeah,
it reminds me of that game.
Yeah, it's sort of.
This is a roguelike coming out March 3rd. This does look pretty cool.
So it
looks like a kind of game I would play.
So it's more mine inspired from what I can tell from this.
It does look pretty cool.
Which is cool. I can't remember who the devs
looks like the Hades game.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
But Disc Room coming 2020. Joe, why have you put Disc Room on this?
Yeah, why?
It's Devolver Digital. That's why. Okay. It's a room of discs. A giant disc is discovered in orbit. Basically, I think the premise of this game is it's kind of like what's that game? Half Dead 2. Where basically you just go into rooms that try and kill you, and you're just trying to get from room to room, sort of thing.
But it's more.
But all of it is just like spinning discs that are trying to kill you. It's kind of like a.
Do you know what this reminds me?
It's like a bullet hell puzzle game.
Yeah, I was going to say, it reminds me of the bullet hell without any of the bullets, but you've still got the dodging mechanics.
It's a disc hell puzzle game.
It's the bullet hell without you having to fire anything. That's interesting.
That looks like a game I would play.
Yeah, that's cool.
It does look pretty cool.
I think I just looked at it.
It's like the game Cube, but instead of cube, it's circles with circles.
What?
I think there was a game called Cube that was like rooms that were trying to kill you.
Wasn't that game Curiosity? We're in the Cube.
We got an official announcement for a Samurai Jack game, and I was like, oh, a Samurai Jack game. It's probably going to be like 2D, right? Like the animation.
Yeah.
And then wait till the 3D comes in, and I'm like, this looks like a shitty Nickelodeon cartoon. I was like, I'm not feeling this art style.
I like the old art style before this. It doesn't look
it
bad
looks okay.
though, but I don't like the art style at all.
Yeah.
Like it looks like they're going for like plastic figurine look, and I don't like it.
Because this
looks that's what I want. This is what I want.
I wanted like a 2D kind of action platformer.
And like 2D animations are like dying at the moment because of 3D. So
yeah. Let's just battle through time. Maybe there'll be like a 2D set. Sonic Generation style.
Maybe. I hope so.
Okay. We got a Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection is now out. If you wanted to play some of the ZX Mega
I'm
Man
still
games.
super confused about Mega Man.
Nobody really knows what's going on with Mega Man.
But if you like Mega Man...
Because there's like 50 different Mega Man games, and they all confuse the fuck out of me. But I think these might be some of like the Game Boy Advance sort of titles, maybe.
So that's why it's got the weird naming scheme.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, all I know about Mega Man...
What the hell is going on?
...is that I played it on the original Game Boy and it was hard as shit.
What even is the story?
The story is... They created, like, different robot kind of guys with powers. And I think the story of the later Mega Man is, like, they got the most powerful guys to fight the Mega Man. I don't know, dude. It's like a weird Japanese story.
I don't know. It's like Astro Boy. Like, I'm really confused about that.
It's
not called Astro Boy in Japan,
it's like Sonic.
Yeah.
Where it just doesn't fucking matter. The one thing I did think was cool was I think this, you can race against each other in real time sort of thing.
Or like speed on a
And I was
level.
like, that would be so cool for a SGDQ or something. That'd be really cool.
I think that's what they've got in mind.
Yeah, like Games Done Quick sort of. Because the races are always really fun to watch at Games Done Quick. Or like at ESA, the European Speedrunning Assembly. So it'd be really cool to see like actual side by side with like information built into the game. It'd be really cool.
That'd be nice.
Apex Legends is getting a system override event coming, which is basically a bunch of skins. But the most interesting part is they're adding a brand new shield for this event. So there's going to be a 1 ring pattern per day. So the ring will always move in one location. The loot locations won't change. So every match, the loot will always be in the same place to see how that affects gameplay.
Right.
They're going to have the old map, which I don't think it's good as Kings Canyon, the original map. But they're bringing back the original map again to play with. So that's really cool. And also they're creating what's called an Evo shield. So it starts at level 1. And then every time you deal damage, it upgrades. So it goes from 1 to 2, which is blue. And then it can even go past gold. So it's even more powerful than a legendary. It can hit level 5, which is red.
Super legendary.
I think you got like an extra bar of health with the red shield. So that's kind of interesting to see.
Oh, it's gone red.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird to see.
Buy more cosmetics from EA loot boxes.
Yeah,
because they at the end they show like a heirloom item, which is like the knife skins in CS:GO.
Weren't they removing loot boxes for the battle pass sort of thing?
No, there's loot boxes in the battle pass.
Are they planning to remove it? Even
probably not. Do you know anything about RimWorld?
A little bit. Not
There's
much.
a new royalty. It's the new royalty DLC. I thought you might know a bit about RimWorld.
I know a little bit. Yeah, I know it's like Prison Architect, like in its art
space.
style, but it's more of a colony. Like you build a colony on like an alien planet, and like there's also stories that like events that get picked. Like you can choose a narrator.
I know about this is it's a boomer game that I saw Sips play.
Yeah, it's a boomer game.
It's a boomer Sips game.
What's really cool is you can choose a narrator at the start of the game to like choose like what type of events you would get.
Yeah,
which is really cool. I don't know anything about like because like there's like not political, but like roles and like hierarchies and things. I don't understand how that works. I've never.
Well, I think they're adding like kings and queens and stuff too.
So as soon as it's just like going full ham on the hierarchy stuff. So, like people have like I think people it's like I assume like Don't Starve where people have insanity and things. I think.
Yeah.
Because people can panic and like run away. So.
We got some gameplay for Rock of Ages 3. They showed off the multiplayer for it. So
I can't believe we're going to get more players though. It's going to be great.
What the hell is Dave saying in chat? Can you translate that?
No.
He's speaking in like Elvish or something.
I don't know. I'm going to talk about Rock of Ages 3.
Is he writing backwards or... Always wanted to get it, but...
Yeah, but that isn't like always backwards, though.
Yeah, but there's like a...
I know what you mean. Yeah,
isn't there like there's like an idea that if enough of a sentence is right, your brain will fill in the blank no matter what.
You're interpreting what you think.
Like I can see always. I can see wanted.
You can see I can see like made or something like that.
I have no fucking clue what he was trying. Well, speaking in Elvish.
No, read the last message.
The fuck is wrong with my? I don't know.
Anyway,
Rock of Ages.
Look how cool this looks.
I always thought Rock of Ages was a really interesting game because it was a kind of RTS mixed with a tower defense.
Yeah, I'll say
and
this.
then you also had the bowl. It was an RTS tower defense bowling game. Is how I would describe it.
Do you think? Okay, from my opinion, Rock Raiders 3 has the best like game world art style. Because Rock Raiders 1 and 2 obviously had the cinematic art style was amazing.
Yeah,
I think this is even better. It all looks working together.
From what I've seen of people reaction to the trailer, they said it looks very similar to 2.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
I see that. But it's got multiplayer.
I don't know if 2 had multiplayer.
No,
I never played 2.
I don't think 2 did at all.
Because the 2 multiplayer modes they showed was the 1v1 base game sort of thing, where you're waiting for your boulder to be built by building defenses, and then you roll your boulder down to attack their gate. Then they also showed a obstacle course race mode, so you're both racing against each other. I'll show you that.
Yeah,
because they showed it off later in the gameplay trailer.
I forgot about that. But I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna get this game anyway, though. But
the thing about me is I like the bowling part, but I don't like the tower defense RTS
part. You need to do the.
I would want a game
course.
mode where I'd have to do like the obstacle course race, because I just like bowling. I don't like the RTS.
This is multiplayer as well, right? Like one person puts down an obstacle course, and you have to get through each other's maps. Yeah, I can see.
Well, I think this one's gonna have like a custom map creator sort of thing.
Yeah,
so that should make it a bit more interesting.
Because I'd be more interested in the obstacle course as well. But I also like the defense building.
Oh, have you seen like all the? I think that one had like the molten one, but one of them is like a giant wheel of cheese.
Yeah, I can see another wheel of different.
There's
wheels.
tons of
It's a pumpkin, right?
One of them. This is the wheel of cheese, and they all have different stats. Like the wheel of cheese is very quick, but it hasn't got a lot of punch to it, sort of thing. And there's another one where it has wings. You can like double jump with it, which they use in the obstacle course. Hang on, I'll see if I can skip towards it. Like this one has wings. You can like you can like double jump with it, which is really useful
for
the
what the hell?
Obstacle course.
Like the old elephants, they're back.
This is the cow one.
Yeah, that's a physics joke, I think.
If you roll over cows in this, they stick to you and they like make you lopsided, sort of thing. It's pretty funny. Because your balls also have health as well.
Yeah.
So you have to pick a rolling ball that's not going to break before it gets to the end. Let's have a look. Yeah, you nearly got it. Always wanted to get it, but it's very expensive. The kitty cat's pretty funny. On the hot air balloon.
Yeah,
what was really expensive, but you
I can't remember
to get it?
Rimworld?
Yeah, maybe Rimworld. I don't know.
I can't remember what we were talking about when he posted that message.
Anyway.
Did he post a message when we got distracted with Rock of Ages? I don't know.
Rock of Ages 3 looks really interesting. We got some Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay. We had like a bunch of screenshots. We got some full actual gameplay of it.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of
Cthulhu,
dead at some
man.
point, but yeah. We didn't hear anything for quite a while.
I don't know anything about Baldur's Gate 3 or any Baldur's Gate.
But I know the Cthulhu, where Cthulhu Man in the was it the E3 trailer we saw that in? I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. So.
How does it work? Is it like an RPG?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's more like a traditional RPG.
Like more like an old school RPG.
Yeah. So it's got voice acting in this. It's not like a CRPG. I mean, it might be.
Well, like he's clicking and moving, so it's kind of more like the original Fallout sort of thing.
Yeah. I quite like actually. I quite like these types of RPGs.
Kind of more turn-based sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like Dragon Age has like you could play either as like third person or from like a top-down thing. I
think with the original Dragon Age, I played it like kind of turn like freeze time, looking up, move this guy.
But then I went down on third. Yeah, I kind of set up what I wanted to do, then went third person and like played as one character after that. Which I thought was kind of a cool thing.
But anyway, if you want to watch the full gameplay, there it is on IGN. Good time to move.
Hour and 10 minutes.
Platinum Games revealed their new project, Project GG, a giant hero game. We got a teaser trailer of about 1 minute and 40 seconds. So, new Platinum game.
Yeah, because they're called Platinum Games. Like that's their full names.
Platinum
Games game.
Yeah.
Game.
Project GG, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, most of this trailer is just padding, right? Doge.
There's a Shiba.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's a giant hero game. Is the Hideki Kayama, not to be confused with Hideo Kojima, who is a different person who works at a different company.
Don't be racist. It's a completely different person.
Well, apparently he blocks everyone on Twitter, so
yeah,
you'll know that if you've seen the new Mega 64 video. Anyway, that looks kind of interesting. Fleeing from the vegetation created by a kaiju attack. So I guess, is kaiju just like a giant monster?
It's just
sort of like Godzilla sort of thing.
Kaiju is just a giant monster. Then there's another word for like a giant meg. I can't remember what that is now.
Okay, anyway. Move on. Borderlands 3 is getting a new DLC and releasing on Steam soon as well.
Yeah.
The brand new DLC Gun, Love and Tentacles is releasing on March 26th, but we're releasing in 2 weeks on March 13th on Steam. So if you are waiting for Borderlands 3 to go to Steam, it is now going to be out on Steam in a couple of weeks.
I'm still waiting for the Outer Wilds. Wilds.
I'm still waiting for the Outer Wilds.
Shit, Outer Wilds to come on to Steam.
Just get Xbox Game
I do
Pass.
actually really want to play Borderlands 3 though. Like I know some people are like, oh, it's just boring.
I want to play Borderlands.
But I really like Borderlands 1
Why don't you play
and 2.
Borderlands 2?
I've played Borderlands 2, haven't I?
Not with me.
Not with you, no.
Have you played through the whole game and the DLC and stuff?
Not all the DLC, no.
Because some of the DLC is like legit.
I think
as good as the game content. Like some of my favorite DLC. There's really kind of like Talks DLC is really good. The Dungeons and Dragons DLC I played was like parts of it were better than the base game.
I kind of want to play Borderlands 1 as well though. Like I know you don't rate it as highly, but I quite like Borderlands 1 as well.
I would play it. I would play like the enhanced edition sort of thing. When that.
But I played Borderlands 1 by myself though, so.
The thing I really like about Borderlands 3 is the movement looks so fluid. Like they have like the vaulting and sliding and stuff. Like it looks more like Apex.
There's like more stuff you could customize from what I could see as well. Just look kind of interesting.
We got a bunch of Resident Evil news, which is really
Casino.
Cool. We talked about the casino and amusement park maps coming to Resident Evil Resistance, and we've actually got some gameplay from it. So if you don't know, Resident Evil Resistance is
what
basically...
is this UI though?
I don't... There's Capcom UI, I don't know. But Resident Evil Resistance is kind of like last year Dead by Daylight kind of game. I still don't know what that genre of game is called, but basically you have a bunch of survivors in a map, and then one person is playing as the director, and he is... I think the story is you're like a director of Umbrella, and you're creating an experiment on these people to put zombies in there and see what happens, I guess, because you're on a timer. And then what you can do, like, you can put zombies in, and you can also take direct control of zombies as you want, because they show off, like, gameplay of them taking over, like, the big, bulky boss unit as well. This is more from the survivor perspective. I think it's a lot easier to describe if you see it from, like, the director's. I don't think I've ever finished a Borderlands game. So, like, you can take over, like, a normal zombie unit. You can claw at people and attack them.
Why is she just standing? What the hell? Okay.
But this is kind of... You look kind of like through a CCTV camera. Yeah. And I think on the survival one, they showed, like, they were hacking into the cameras to, like, turn them off and stuff. But you get like these cards, so you can inject zombies to make them move faster and that sort of stuff. And then you have like this overview of the map. Actually looks really interesting. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be saying this about a like Dead by Daylight last year Resident Evil game. But if they can do it well, it actually looks really good. So
this map kind of looks interesting as well.
Because if you don't know, Resident Evil has a really bad track record with multiplayer games. So we'll have to see.
Brother.
Area 2 cleared. It was around this area. You see, like the boss. You can play as this big boss, and he has like all these different abilities. Even if you're playing as Steve, even if you're like playing as the director, you do have like a lot of stuff to do, and it's like managing between like this RTS style of putting stuff down and then taking direct control of units and then using their abilities. So it does look really cool. We also got information about Resident Evil 3. We got brand new gameplay. So I think what happened was a bunch of journalists were allowed to play Resident Evil 3. Then Capcom sent them pre-approved footage that they were allowed to show.
Oh, right, okay.
So in the footage you may see like them just dying a bunch of times. One thing to point out, they did... it's kind of similar to Resident Evil 2 Biohazard if you played that. but they did bring the dodge mechanic from the original Resident Evil back to this game as well. And it's a lot less clunky than it was in Resident Evil 3 that they said.
Yeah, it's not what we said about Resident Evil 2 as well. It's basically less clunky.
Everything's a lot less clunky, I think.
And the graphics are far better.
Mm.
But
basically, to use the dodge, you have to like kind of use it at the right time, combo it sort of thing. So it's not like something you can just use all the time to get out of zombie encounters.
You get locked in and you can't.
Yeah. And it's a lot harder to get away from Nemesis than it is Mr. X, because he has like chains and he can pull you in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Instead of just kind of walking around staring at you like Mr. X would. So yeah.
I mean, animations, the games in these days are like far better than they ever used to be.
Nemesis gameplay. Gotta play that.
Stop missing.
Just trucking along.
Oh, there he
shit.
is.
X gone, give it to you. Oh.
He's so tall. I
Mm.
didn't realize how big he was.
He's fucking huge.
Yeah, I knew he was big. I didn't realize he was that big.
But like
Jesus
he can
Christ.
get his whip out and pull you in, sort of thing. It's pretty interesting.
A whole new, different angle.
With these
on
kind of
Nemesis.
characters, I'm never sure if you're supposed to just try and run away from them or try and kill them.
Can you kill him?
I don't know.
I don't think you can kill him. I think you can stun him.
Hmm.
I think at the end of the game you can kill. I don't know.
I guess he's your nemesis.
Yeah.
Anyway, we did get something that really excited me. We are getting a Resident Evil 3 demo is on the way, and we'll have more details in the near future. So, similar to the Biohazard Resident Evil 2 demo, we will be doing a demo for Resident Evil 3. So that'll be really interesting to see.
So looking forward to the Resident Evil 4 remake. We don't know if that's coming or not because I have more of a modern game. But I really hope
if a Resident Evil 4 remake comes out, my fingers are crossed. They add a co-op mode.
Oh yeah, like for sure.
This is you're meant to run away. Yeah, I feel like you're meant to just try and run away from him.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be much of a game if you just killed him at the start. But you wouldn't have enough ammo anyway. So
move on to quick news.
Was I call it just quick news?
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption's 2 hot coffee mod has been taken down.
Who would have thought? How long was it up for?
I don't know.
Just like a month or something.
If you don't know, the original hot coffee mod was from San Andreas, I think. And so if you don't know the original lore of the hot coffee mod, it was about 15 years ago in San Andreas. They had a mod that lets you have sex with NPCs, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And what happened as a result of this mod existing was it actually changed the rating on GTA because this mod existed.
Right.
Which is like a really weird relationship between third-party mods people make and a rating that a game gets.
The rating should be independent of how you then modify your own game.
But basically, they took this down because of what happened with San Andreas, and of course because Take-Two hates mods, as we all know from GTA 5 and that sort of stuff. So, because they already issued a takedown on like the enhanced Red Dead Redemption project as well that was coming out.
Well, I don't know why they hate mods so much. Like, I think people are gonna buy it, surely.
I think it's like really interesting how someone made a third-party mod for a game, and that changed the rating of the game. That seems insane. Like, imagine.
Imagine like you've got a car that has a safety rating. You then decide to add a spoiler to it. Like, no, we have to change all of the car's safety ratings because you can add a spoiler to it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. How other people
choose to consume media should not affect the base media's thing.
How you choose once you own the product, you can do what you like. It was really
a mod Rockstar North actually made. They just locked it off.
Right. That what made it really weird. Okay.
The mod unlocked a minigame which is intended to be cut from the final game, but was still present in the source code. Okay, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. But the thing is, it was cut. It was kind of I don't know.
They still technically own it. I don't actually know how that the rules work for
that. Take-Two's Interactive and Rockstar's legal representative reached out to creator the mod, requesting it be taken down. They explain the mod breaks the game's end-user agreement and code of conduct, and a host of other legal violations.
The end-user agreement isn't a legal thing, but whatever.
The Plague Inc. has been removed from China's App Store.
I wonder why.
We have some very sad news today with our China-based players. Includes content that is illegal in China as determined by Cyberspace Administration of China. Whatever the hell that means.
Yes, they're doing it to support the efforts to contain and control the COVID, or the coronavirus as we call it. That's the reason the Chinese gave, apparently.
So basically they said their immediate priority is to make contact with the Cyberspace Administration of China.
Yeah.
To understand their concerns of why people can't play Plague Inc.
Imagine
a completely fictitious game that has nothing to do with the coronavirus.
Yeah, but if you play the game, Joe, you spread the coronavirus in real life.
This just seems like crazy China censorship here.
Yeah. What? Anyway. Yeah. Why are they censoring it? What's it gonna do?
Talking about the coronavirus, you know, lots of stocks have been going down because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Take all your stocks out of traditional stocks and invest them in Robux. Roblox is now valued at $4 million.
What?
$4 billion.
What?
As investors bet on the future of gaming. Invest in V-Bucks, invest in Robux. Because I'll tell you now, buddy, Roblox is the way forward.
What if it just crashes and burns all of a sudden? Like
I don't know.
Because that's how most online gaming stocks go.
We've got a Battlefront 2 community transmission, the Age of Rebellion update. We are now getting a new reinforcement, the Ewok Hunter. You can now play as Ewoks. My favourite thing to play as.
I thought the other favourite thing you want to play as was like the Gungans versus Droids.
Oh yeah, I want to play that as well. But that doesn't exist.
No, no.
Whoops.
But it should exist.
Yeah, definitely.
Bring it back, please.
Let me tell you about my best friend. Don't you love closing a bunch of tabs?
Yeah, it's nice.
Look at the little Ewok fellas.
I will say they look far better in game than they did in the 6th film. I hate them as the 6th film.
It's been the 3rd year of Battlefront 2. Dave says buying Robux. It's good stock advice. Stonks.
Buy stock.
It's the 3rd. So as well as this being added, it's being added in conjunction with, because Battlefront 2's been out for 3 years, but this is the first time they're actually going back to the original trilogy, because they've been saying like the whole time they're like, we only want to go forwards with the Battlefront 2 with the new trilogy.
Is that a Disney thing, you think? Like
they really wanted to advertise the new trilogy, and then they were like, okay, let's do prequel stuff because people love prequel stuff. Now they're finally like, okay, let's give people the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Let's get some Ewok shit going.
The room nostalgia.
So the rebels are getting Ewok Hunter, and the Empires are getting dual-wielding ISB agents. So
interesting.
I don't know. Are Ewok Hunters going to be like the Ewoks in Ewok Hunt? Let's have a look. Restrict. This little guy uses a bow which functions like Lando's Deadeye ability, normally picking targets for you to shoot at, but when zoomed in you get manual control, greater range and more damage. The hunter can also buff him up self using the horn, that's similar to Ewok Hunt. Burn enemies by throwing little fire sprites at them, that's from Ewok Hunt as well.
Yeah.
The ISB agent is the first reinforcement of the Empire's roster capable of dual wielding. She also get good at getting into the fight thanks to the assault training ability, which grants her increased sprint speed and damage reduction. She can find enemies by using her Imperial Intel ability. Her final ability, meanwhile, supports her allies by healing them. So that's really interesting to see. We just talked about the BB update. We can play as the little BB droid.
Oh yeah,
as well. So there's tons of content above it. I got to say to people,
it's shit launch, but great game now.
Battlefront 2 and Battlefield 5, terrible launches, really good games right now. Really good time to get into them. So.
Like Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, we're actually going to be talking about Elder Scrolls Online later in the show.
Yeah, I've been playing it recently.
This is coming soon. It says February 2020. I wonder if it's out now.
It is March.
It's just turned March.
Yeah, it's March today.
The ISB agent. This is what the ISB agent. I don't like the patch notes that
no.
When they do patch notes on Reddit, I'm not really a big fan of that because I'm such a visual person, and when they do on Reddit, it's usually just big wall of text.
Why is it so thin as well?
They're adding co-op to Age of Rebellion as well. That's really cool. So you can now play the co-op maps on the original trilogy as well. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. I definitely want to check that out. UI updates, pretty cool. Apex does this as well. It must be an EA thing where they just do patch notes on Reddit.
So if they do a really bad patch, they can get downvoted to hell.
Anyway,
that's the plan.
This is not in my. Okay. I've lost my place. Okay, I put the wrong link in. Give me a second. There apparently a new Trackmania title was announced. That's what I was going to say, but I honestly don't know that much about it. It was like in a short little segment, so
it was meant to be quick news.
Quick news: Trackmania title. Rock Band Studios announced Fuser, a new music mixing game.
Yeah.
And it's not going to have plastic instruments. It's just going to be on the computer. So
is it Connect
Fuser.
Style? Is it going to be Connect Style?
No, I think you just
cameras.
This is the announcement trailer. It doesn't really tell me that much about the game.
It's just like the commercial trailer. Like, yeah, look, colors.
It's what the kids would call mashups. The tracks actually does include All Star, so you could expect Shrek Hell to be splattered across more of pop culture.
Yeah, if that's what we need more of.
But basically, this is kind of what Rock Band is trying to do now.
Is it only the kids that call it mashups? I'm pretty sure adults call it mashups as well.
Well, as the conga song goes, it's time for a mashup.
It's not a Zuma thing. It's been a thing for a long time.
I don't know. Track list include more than 100 songs. 50 Cent In the Club, Billie Eilish Bad Guy, Rock the Casbah. That's a boomer song.
Born This Way.
Yeah. Imagine Dragons Thunder.
No, we need Radioactive.
Smash Mouth All Star. That's the important one.
That's the important one, yeah.
All you need to know, Rock Band Studio Fuser has All Star in it. That's all you need to know.
The Shrek song.
Yeah, so if you're wanting to play a Rock Band game and you're like, I don't own those stupid plastic instruments, you can mix some music together through Fuser. I'm not sure. I don't think this is going to go anywhere, but they can try with it. GOG has a new refund policy, and it's way more generous than Steam. You can request a refund on any game, no matter how much you've played it, as long as you request the refund within 30 days.
Yeah.
That seems a bit insane.
Some people are like, they don't know how long this will stay, like they're going to test it.
Basically, they said they're going to test this policy, and if it gets abused, they're going to change it.
Some people are betting on how long it will last.
Well, apparently, GOG didn't tell any of the devs about their new refund policy, and loads of devs are really worried about the refund policy being abused.
What? Yeah.
So
I guess they're testing it.
But I think it's kind of blown out of hand. The amount of people who would actually go and abuse the refund policy rather than just torrent the game through piracy is pretty small.
Yeah.
But if you see people abusing the system, you can ban a lot of bad actors without having to take the entire system down. So I think it will be fine. I think maybe it's just getting blown about proportion, but it's cool to see that GOG is giving this full refund.
I reckon they're gonna have to add like a secondary check or something. But it's a good gesture.
Facebook has bought Asgard's Wrath developer Sanzora Games, a very popular VR game studio. Which means that they're probably going to make an Oculus Quest exclusive because
that's what Facebook does.
That's what Facebook does. You get bought up by Oculus, you're making an Oculus Quest exclusive.
And you get less sales.
I actually think the Oculus Quest is a pretty cool VR headset, though.
Yeah, but you shouldn't make VR games at this early stage exclusives. It's like the worst time to do that.
Hang on, I'll see if I can move news around without... yeah. Well, more than 100 VR games have actually exceeded $1 million in revenue already.
Yeah.
People keep saying, they're just tech demos, they don't make any money.
No, they're not anymore.
There are legit VR games making lots of money.
Last year was...
$1 million in sales is a lot for a video
last
game.
year and the end of the year before, I think was the end of tech demos for VR and actual proper games that have been coming out. I think it's not fair to say
VR
it's
so far
takedown.
grossing over 1 million by platform. So we see the largest share is on PSN with PSVR is like huge for VR
huge.
sort of thing.
It's so easy to set up.
And then it's Steam, and then it's the Oculus Rift, and then there's the Oculus Quest a little bit behind because not as many people have the Quest yet. But I think, honestly, if you don't want an index and can't get an index, I would say get a Quest.
Yeah, get a Quest.
No.
Far cheaper option.
It's not a experience of plugging into your PC and using it.
No.
It's more of a you can play it anywhere sort of thing.
You could if you wanted
to. You can, but it's a little bit finicky.
It's a bit janky, yeah. Hopefully that gets better with software, but we'll see.
Ubisoft has delayed Ghost Recon Breakpoint's new immersive mode because they forgot about it. There was basically a post.
Have you seen any content about Breakpoint?
No.
It's shit.
Yeah, I heard it's really bad, but the thing is, basically someone said, yeah, they said this update was coming out in like a couple of days. What's going on with this? And then they were like, we delayed it. We didn't forget it existed. Basically, Ubisoft just forgetting half of their live services exist. So
who's playing Breakpoint though? It's just
I don't know.
Terrible.
As I said, it was leaked by Jason Schreier, reputable source. Horizon Zero Dawn was coming for PC. We've now had another leak that Horizon Zero Dawn for PC appeared on Amazon.
Can every PS4 exclusive just come to PC? That'd be great.
That would be. Well, there's PlayStation.
Spider-Man.
There's PSN now.
If I want to own my games.
Path of Exile Delirium is a free update. Powerful jewels open up new ways to customize your class in Path of Exile's free March expansion.
I still think we should play this at some point.
Yeah, I would play Path of Exile. It's one of those games.
We need to like do research into how to play it first. I think because it's like such a big. Like how the builds are huge.
It's like getting into like an MMO or a massive RPG.
It's just like a huge
you have to
learning curve.
Yeah, really big learning curve.
Especially how big the fucking like skill tree is.
Apparently, Path of Exile 2 might be delayed because they're outsourcing a partner in China.
Okay.
So another coronavirus thing's going on where the late 2020 estimate will be revised. It might be coming out in 2021 now.
Because apparently there's loads
because of the outsourcing to a Chinese studio.
There's loads of towns and cities in China that like, you can't leave your town basically. Like you're stuck.
Because they were also making Path of Exile mobile as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's another game that would be huge in the Chinese market as well.
Yeah.
Golf with Your Friends is coming to console.
Thank God.
Golf with Your Friends.
You rate this quite highly,
I love this game.
Okay.
But Golf with Your Friends is a really hard game to advertise to your friends without being like, it's a golf game on PC.
It's a crazy golf game.
The thing, because I'm always like, guys, you should get this and play it with me because I love Golf with Your Friends. It's such a good game. And then they're like, it's just a golf game, isn't it?
Yeah, but
and I'm like, no, it's so much more than a golf game. There's a difference
between... so it's like, to me...
The Worms map alone is so good.
Can I try and, like, advertise it? So, you know, like, okay, in real world, there's, like, normal golf and crazy golf. And crazy golf is way better than normal golf. Have you played any golf at all?
Me?
Yeah.
I've played golf, yeah. Okay. I've played normal golf, crazy golf.
Yeah. Would you agree that crazy golf is way better and way more interesting?
Yeah.
So this, to me, is, like, combining crazy golf with, like, arcade mechanics. Like, it actually has interesting things about it.
It's a great base golf game, but then you can...
Basically,
every game you make, you can customize every single detail of it. So I've never played they showed item boxes. I've never played with that. You can allow people to have a jump and see how that changes the experience. You can have collisions so people can knock into each other. You can change the ball to a puck. You can change the ball to a square. You can change the ball to a triangle. You can change the ball.
That changes
one of the ones they were doing the candy map, and they changed the ball to a marshmallow and see how that works.
What the hell is going with that? Is that a duck on a?
There's hats in this game.
Oh, hats on your. Okay,
with a marketplace.
Okay.
See all the hat. The Worms map has the Worms maps is in the middle of a war zone, and it has jetpacks.
Oh, it's Team 17. That's why it's in there. Okay.
It has jetpacks and it has explosions going off everywhere that knock you out.
This would be a good Switch game, actually.
It's coming to Switch, Xbox, PS4.
Yeah. Quarter 2
2020, but it's already out on Steam and it has workship support. There's another thing where I'm like, it's got tons of maps, and I've also played a ton of workshop maps on it with friends before. You can play a multiplayer really easily.
It's probably a game I do need to buy, actually.
Because I play with Matt all the time, but
He loves golf.
No, I don't think he loves golf. But it's just a fun game to just chill out and play with friends.
Golfing man.
Yeah. Unfortunate news. Kazuhisa Hashimoto, the programmer who created the Konami code, has passed away. Unfortunately. So.
How old was he?
I don't know.
Do we know that?
No. I didn't know anything about him other than he created the Konami code and he unfortunately passed away. But that's like a big guy in gaming. Like the Konami code is like a big thing in gaming. So.
Yeah, who doesn't know Konami?
GDC 2020 shrinks as EA. I was going to say GDC shrunk as EA, Hideo Kojima, PlayStation, and Facebook pull out. But hang on, let me read off the list of all the people that have pulled out. Gearbox, Amazon, Blizzard, Unity, Microsoft, Kotaku, Epic have all pulled out of GDC after coronavirus fears. Big attendees pull out without fear of refunds, but up until recently, GDC was saying they will not offer refunds on the tickets or the hotel bookings.
Yeah.
So big companies could pull out whatever, but small companies were, they were going to lose so much money off this. They were also giving incomplete and outdated virus updates as big companies were pulling out. And until yesterday, the show was going to go on, and I think it was going to be very soon. But I think it was yesterday or the day before, important GDC 2020 update. GDC has been postponed, and they are offering refunds. So I assume postponed means cancelled. I don't. And
they might put it in a new date, but they might not. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
I feel like that's a soft cancellation on the event. Sure. Everyone was saying it was going to be cancelled. Basically, everyone already pulled out. But I was like, it was in America, so I didn't really understand.
No, but people are trying to just limit the movement of people right now because they don't want anything more to spread than it has.
Because it seems like everything's getting cancelled now.
Yeah.
Because we had like esports, we had like IEM had no on-site attendance for IEM Katowice 2020, which is in Poland, right? Katowice. Katowice, is that how you pronounce it?
Have you heard of like the fashion shows but no one turned up? They just streamed it.
Because we had LCK, one of the players. There was a scare that people thought he might have coronavirus. The LCK is the League of Legends Korea Championship. So everyone that came in contact with him was quarantined for 2 weeks. And then they have no on-site audience at any of the League Korea stuff. It's just a blank audience and just cameramen. Yeah. The entire Chinese league for League of Legends has been shut down and hasn't been playing at all. And I think what they're trying to do is they're going to do online matches now, or at least try to, sort of thing.
Yeah, I assume they're stuck inside. Are they still in China, or are they?
They're stuck in like different regions of China, which means like meeting up is a nightmare.
Because as I said before, they can't at the moment change cities. They're stuck.
Dave's asking how much is it? I don't know. You got to say what you're talking about, Dave, because you're responding like 10 minutes after what we're talking about. And if you're asking how much GDC is, I think it's expensive for an exhibitor. Or like hotel bookings are pretty expensive as well. And flights to the US as well, pretty expensive. So, a lot of money. But stuff like IEM and esports. Like this seems to be affecting esports a lot. Like TwitchCon is like in Amsterdam in a couple of months. I'm wondering if that's going to get cancelled.
Yeah, I've seen loads of people talking about I'm not going. No one's going to.
We just had PAX. I think few people didn't go. I did see quite a few people at PAX from the live stream I watched.
I don't know why PAX got like. I don't know why people went to PAX and not other things. That's what I find quite weird.
And the biggest thing that got cancelled was, of course, Eve Fest. Eve Fest 2020 was cancelled. It was going to be a big event for Iceland, the shopping market, but they just couldn't do it. That's why mums don't go to Iceland.
Coronavirus, yeah. Unfortunate.
The first instance of COVID-19 has been confirmed in Iceland. A person skiing in Italy came back with the virus. Only Greenland is safe now. Isn't it in like Plague Inc? Iceland and Greenland are impossible to infect.
In Plague Inc. Pandemic, Greenland or sometimes Madagascar or sometimes Australia is hard to infect, depending on
Dave
where you
said
start.
France has banned all indoor gatherings of more than 5,000 people. That's interesting.
Wait. Yeah.
We'll move on. Stardew Valley news. Apparently 1.5 is in the works. For Stardew Valley, we had the 1.0 and the multiplayer update, which is fucking awesome. And Concerned Aped has confirmed it is the 4-year anniversary of Stardew Valley. 1.4 is out, and there will be another free content update of 1.5, and it is currently in the work. He has no plans for any paid DLC for Stardew Valley. He just want to do updates and work on more games in the future. So that's fucking awesome. Like, Stardew Valley is another example of a great game that's received tons and tons of support after its release. So that's really cool. We showed off that Harry Potter Minecraft mod.
We did.
It's now playable. It's now in like an alpha. You can now download it and play it now if you want to. Actually, I have no idea what version of Minecraft it's running on either. I was trying to look it up, but I couldn't find about it.
Were they using data packs or were they using like Forge?
And I also didn't know if it supported multiplayer or not. That's kind of not been confirmed, or I couldn't find any information about it.
I'd assume it could do multiplayer.
But it seems like if it's heavily scripted, it might be a single player only sort of thing.
Yeah, but you could script it just to pull 2 people at once. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. But
if you want to play this, there is a link.
Oh, you need to play it with shaders, that's true.
Yeah. The Alpha 0.5 version available at Gumroad here. So you can give money towards it if you want to. But if you don't want to donate, you can just download it from here. Sort of thing. But it still doesn't... It doesn't say anything about what version of Minecraft it is.
The light version or something. Would it tell you what version of Minecraft it is?
No, it just says Media Share, Flu Network.
Oh, it goes straight to
Alpha
the download.
0.4. So, yeah, I couldn't find any information about it, sort of thing. So, yeah, but it's out. If you want to play the alpha, alright, here you go, Tony. Here's your Skyrim Elder Scrolls Online news. There's a new DLC.
Yeah, there's a new DLC. Okay, I need to explain. Okay, so this is a weird game because me and Michael have actually been playing it recently. We're trying to figure out what the fuck is all the DLCs and expansions. There are 2 things. There are expansions. There are DLCs. There is a gem store. There's also loot boxes. They've got everything.
Like Guild Wars.
They've got everything under the sun. No, but they don't just sell DLC and and it has a subscription. Sorry, yeah, and it has a subscription.
Wait, it has a paid
subscription. It has a premium subscription. As well,
you have to have.
No, you don't have to have it. It's an optional premium. It has every single marketing thing it could possibly have.
Classic Bethesda.
Other than amiibos, that's what they're called. They don't have those. That's its saving grace. But me and Michael were looking okay, some of these DLCs look, because there's a Dark Brotherhood questline DLC. It's that looks really cool, like a Thieves Guild and stuff. These look really cool.
Yeah.
It's if you buy the subscription, you get I think 1,600 crowns. Every month, and I think you can you also gain access to everything, all the DLC and all of the expansions.
Only if you're paying for the expansion, or is there a one-time payment for all the expansions?
The DLC and the expansions are one-time payments, but if you buy the premium, you get everything while you're paying the premium.
So you can rent out the expansion.
So you can rent it out, but also you get given crowns as you go, so you can technically buy it out, so you can then stop subscribing to it if you want to if you don't want to get the other bonuses and you just want to have the DLCs that you want to go back and play again.
Sounds confusing.
Yeah, it's really fucking confusing. And me and Michael were might actually be cheaper to subscribe. It's that ridiculous.
Dave says, does it have Lego Dimensions? I want to play Lego Dimensions so bad, but I don't want to buy amiibo shit.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to compare the worst game or the worst monetary things ever, just combine Elder Scrolls Online with Lego Dimensions, I guess. But yeah, the new DLC does look really cool.
Do you know anything about it? It's called Battle Among the Bones of the Unhollowed Grave.
Harrowstorm. I remember reading about it, but I can't remember because just before it, we had the Skyrim expansion stuff where you can play fight against vampires. I don't know what the vampire. It's
called the Harrowstorm DLC, and it came out a week ago.
Yeah.
The new DLC includes access to both Unhollowed Grave and Ice Reach, 2 challenging new dungeons that kill off the dark heart of Skyrim year-long adventure.
Okay. I don't know much about this particular DLC, but it looked from the stuff I was seeing, like some of
goes
the stuff
into
was
black
really cool.
and white when you hover over it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm more interested in this one.
It looks like they added dungeons.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't. I don't remember.
To reverse Unhollowed Grave, you need to use a familiar tool from the previous Dragonhold DLC, the grappling hook. Does that mean you need the Dragonhold DLC to play this DLC?
Probably.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Now we've got dependent stuff. They did release this though for free though, the Crimson Torch bug.
Wow.
Which I picked up because I played the
amazing.
game. Yeah, you can see how ridiculous some of these cost though. Like this bundle is 4,000, and I just said you only get 1,600 with the premium. So.
Okay, but you would recommend this game?
I recommend playing the base game.
Okay.
Because when it goes on sale, like just play that, and then if you want to buy more, then I guess try and find like a spreadsheet of how to figure out.
I've heard good things about ESO.
But I will say the questing is amazing.
There's no questing in ESO.
there is only questing in ESO.
That's kind of a joke because
Guild Wars 2's biggest thing was like no questing.
There's no questing in Guild Wars 2, and I was like, there is. There's lots of questing in Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
There's no questing in Guild Wars 2.
Everything's a quest in Guild Wars 2.
We have been playing Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, we have.
And I've talked about Guild Wars 2 a lot on this podcast. I've said I hate the character design. The world is boring.
Yeah.
Path of Fire is an interesting expansion.
Yeah, it is.
I like the content and I like the story.
Yeah.
I also got Heart of Thorns for free because I have Path of Fire. Heart of Thorns fucking sucks. Do not play Heart of Thorns.
We have two friends that bought Heart of Thorns and not Path of Fire. Guess who's laughing now? You. I'm not laughing. I bought both, but I shouldn't have done. I guess I got gliders early.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
you can't be like, I shouldn't have bought this DLC and played it because years later it will then go on to be free.
Oh yeah. I'm not like I say. I hate people like, oh, it's free. Oh, I got ripped off, and you didn't. You played it early.
I remember when TF2 went free to play, like 2012, I want to say.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And everyone's like, I paid for this game. I can't believe it. I got scammed. And I was like,
I don't agree
what
with
about
that.
those 5 years you got to play the game? It's like,
I'm just saying from my personal experience, I didn't get much out of Heart of Thorns, and I could have just waited, but I was just buying new stuff for Guild Wars when it first came out, and there was no Path of Fire in sight. So. But you can see what I mean when I say Path of Fire saved Guild Wars. Like after Heart of Thorns, which is a shit.
Well, let's not say it saved Guild, as Guild Wars is still in a very unsafe place in terms of development team.
Yeah, but at the time when it came out, it saved it. Like the player base, like massively jumped. They made tons of money, like in the year of it coming out. Then they didn't do anything again. So now it's in a precarious place again.
But they did fire 300 employees.
They fired 300 writers.
They said that the game was kind of on maintenance mode.
Yeah, they fired
with the living story.
I think they fired 300, which were story. Community people and some artists, I think.
Right.
And they kept the mechanical stuff.
My dream is that they get all the developers to work on Super Adventure Box.
Yeah, we need World 3.
They finish Super Adventure Box and they go, guys, you remember we said we weren't just working on Guild Wars 2, we had multiple projects. Here's our new game, Super Adventure Box 2. A brand new game to rival Guild Wars 2.
Because during the April Fool's event, or the Easter event, there's a Super Adventure Box game mode, and they've got only two worlds. But in the lobby, though, they've got 4 worlds, but the 2 of them are locked off.
It's such a bait, because it's... Okay, I think Super Adventure Box to me is actually more fun than the base game itself.
Yeah, it has the best jumping puzzles than any of the base game jumping puzzles.
I love Super Adventure Box, which started as an April Fool's joke and became this massive thing.
They kept expanding it and adding to it.
But because originally it only had like half of level 1 maybe, or something.
Yeah,
you could get to level 2.
They originally released, I think, only like level 1 and 2 of World 1. Then they went, we better keep adding to it. And they added like the 3rd level and the boss to World 1. They went, we'll make it hard mode, and then we'll add World 2. I think they did all of World 2 for the next time.
And then they
didn't touch it.
It wasn't in development for like years.
No. They have made gliders and things that are like designed, like
glider skins
around Super Adventure Box, but they haven't done anything with Super Adventure Box.
But I think basically they make all of their money off the gem store.
That's the...
For Guild Wars 2, because the base game itself is free to play.
Yeah, it is technically free to play now.
And
There's
then
a lot of limitations.
You have to buy the
though.
expansions.
Yeah.
But I think the way they make the money is the gem store, so, especially in the Asian market. I think Guild Wars 2 is probably popular in the Asian market. So they develop a lot of cosmetics. That's where they make a lot of their money.
I think the problem is that it's not as popular as it should be in the Asian market because there are other Asian MMOs that I think do better than Guild Wars.
Is Black Desert Online popular in the Asian market?
I think so, because they just released a new version. Because
they just made it free to play.
Yeah.
Or they just gave it out for free for a limited time on Steam. So I now own Black Desert Online, but Black Desert Online is one of those games where the base game should always have been free.
It should have always been
because
free,
it's very, very, very grindy, and people say it's more towards pay to win than anything.
Yeah. So I would say the only reason why I got it is the classes look interesting, and I have fun playing it, but I wouldn't recommend anyone buying it unless you just want to try the mechanics, I guess. But the story, it has bad translations of like story mechanics, or sorry, of the story and like the actual voice acting and things. Like it's not well translated. Like it's like things missing in translation.
Do you remember Fall Guys, the Battle Royale game where you're just running through a total wipeout course?
Not really.
It says they're aiming for 60 players at launch of the closed beta, because they show this image of 40 players and they say even 40 players is absolute fucking chaos. So they're going to try with 60 against the conventional 100 players. I think 100 players would be pretty funny.
What's Joe doing?
I'm just chilling on the dance floor. Anyway. We got a new Steam Labs update. We got a search update, so you can now narrow by price and special offers, include and exclude by tags, hide games you already own, hide ignored items, exclude VR only games, infinite scroll,
not a big fan of that,
hide games in your language. And I was like, don't they already have this? And I was like, oh, I used enhanced Steam, so this stuff already existed for me. And I was like, oh, okay, they're finally adding it to base Steam now. Because enhanced or augmented Steam, which is the new branch, is so useful. I assume
the infinite loading isn't replacing the different pages, because I hate infinite scrolling so much.
We now ultimately load more results when you scroll. You search position it. We will remember if you click on any results. Those who prefer the older page-entered view, you can infinite scroll can be turned off in your store preferences.
Yeah, good.
So it can be turned. I think it may be on by default, but can be turned off.
Because I actually really hate infinite scrolling, because it never remembers where you were, even when they try.
Do you remember when WoW Classic came out and everyone was like, there's going to be no changes to this game? They're releasing the WoW token in the Chinese version of WoW Classic. So if you don't know, in the what's it called? Not vanilla, but the current version of WoW has something called the WoW token. Basically what the WoW token does is you can buy gold with real money. So what it happens is someone buys a WoW token with real money.
Then you can
which then
games auction house
it stuff. Takes gold from people can buy the token with in-game gold to get game time. And then use that game time to instead of having. So you can basically people can trade the gold that they've earned in-game for.
It's kind of similar to Guild Wars then, because when you buy gems for gold, you actually are buying it from people who they use their in-game gems to buy the gold.
They're not generating gold
in
the economy.
No.
They're taking gold that already exists in the economy and moving it over to another player.
Because that's what Guild Wars 2 does as well.
So it doesn't completely inflate everything and destroy all the prices, but
it still pays to win to some extent.
This is so interesting because it's a China-only thing.
Right. They testing the waters?
Yeah, because the WoW token originally came to China, I think, for the
normal version.
Yeah, for the normal current WoW.
And they went worked so well that they're going to roll out across the world.
But the thing is, people are always going to buy gold in World of Warcraft, and basically Activision Blizzard said, how do we get a cut of this money? And they went, well, it's the Chinese market, we can just release the WoW token there. Nobody will give a shit.
True.
So
apart from when it then spills over to everyone else, then you do have to give a shit.
Some people are saying this is the end of WoW Classic. They're going to destroy WoW Classic. Some people are going, it's like a China thing, and I don't know.
Is it
that Corona? Is it a China thing?
I think it's not in the spirit of WoW Classic, but is it that bad though? What
when I
makes
first
it so
saw this,
bad?
I was like, "This is terrible."
Right.
And now, the more I think about it, I'm like,
I might be like really biased because like this is exactly how Guild Wars 2 does it, and I'm like I'm okay with that. You still have to like transfer everything.
Right, but you're thinking about Guild Wars 2 as current day Guild Wars 2,
and it's not a subscription-based game either.
Compared to a subscription-based game that's based on a very specific version of the original World of Warcraft that people don't want any changes to.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair that I understand, like, in that sense.
Like, current WoWs, like, if you said, I don't have a problem with the WoW token on current WoW, neither do I don't care about the WoW token.
Yeah, but you don't, because it's changing how the original worked, you don't know what to say.
I think that's more...
But does it actually affect the mechanics that people care about that much, though? Because, like, is it like, oh, I just don't want any change? Or is like, does it actually matter that there's this other change for some people?
One big change would be a lot of... Okay, so compared to modern WoW, none of the stuff that you need is gated behind gold.
Right.
But in classic WoW,
it's
like,
massively
it's massively gated behind gold. So, for example, getting your epic mount or getting a mount is really fucking expensive.
So people would just cheat it, basically.
So you could have someone who didn't really play the game at all get a bunch of gold and then get his mount by doing nothing.
But it does have to come from someone that already had lots of gold and had to then sell it out, basically.
Yeah, but
it still affects the other person.
It gives the person who bought the gold a bunch of progression by doing nothing.
It gives the person
using their credit card.
Yeah, it gives the person who's played not very much but exchange with someone who has played loads to then get some.
The most powerful card in all card games, Tony, the credit card.
Yeah, more money.
Everyone knows that.
We'd add that to our game, the credit card.
The credit card.
It just we have like a loan system, and once the loan catches up, like a troll comes in and tries and takes it, like a loan shark.
Breaks your legs.
Yeah, we'll add it to the game.
Lizard's chest.
Working title: Lizard Chest 3.
I think it's interesting. I mean, it just kind
of China.
I think it more reflects on the Chinese market and the way Activision Blizzard is thinking. I don't know.
Do you think they will bring it to the rest of... Or do you think the backlash will be so big that they can't?
So they're still currently phasing in content.
Right.
I think when they finish phasing in content for World of Warcraft Europe and NA, they'll go... When the numbers go down, they'll add the WoW token so they can make a bit more money.
Because people are still playing this, right?
Yeah, because currently what's happening is... they're doing it as if the patch is on the original WoW. So they're now adding the other raids. They've started at the beginning and they're going towards the end. So people are coming back. You know, like a game like Apex has a new patch and everyone goes and plays it. Yeah. It's like WoW Classic is adding the old patch that adds the new content and everyone goes back.
It's like a nostalgia update.
It's not as popular as it was at launch. Because I think
it's massively popular.
The thing at launch, the problem with the launch was there was tons of people who went, oh, I'm going to love playing WoW Classic. And they're like, this game sucks. It's slow, and I keep dying, and it's tedious and grindy.
I have to queue up for a quest.
Yeah, you have to. I thought you were going to say you had to go into a dungeon queue, and I was like,
no.
You mean like a physical queue? And I was like, yeah,
a physical queue.
I experienced the physical queues on the Star Race of queuing for a Night Elf starting zone.
And like, no one breaks queue either. Like everyone's like, no, we're staying in the queue.
But the thing with WoW Classic is it's so community driven.
Yeah.
If you ninja loot stuff, or if you cut the queue, people will write your name down like you're blacklisted from all of the raids endgame. Get fucked.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's very like gatekeepery. WoW Classic. Yeah. Which is why I'm saying like people are really upset about the WoW token because people really want to gatekeep like the end game stuff. Yeah. WoW Classic. People are like hardcore players and don't and grind, and then like, wow, this guy can just buy it. What's the fucking point? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm kind of more on the side of if it. I don't know. I think I don't want to say anything too strong opinions on this because I don't even play the game.
Right.
But I say I'm kind of on the fence on this one.
Yeah.
If they decided to add this to like Western WoW Classic, I would kind of be like, people are already selling gold. So
if you're already selling gold already.
Well, of course they are.
Okay.
People have been selling WoW
but
Gold
I thought
illegally.
Yeah,
like,
I thought
for 15 years. Or
I
something.
assumed that Blizzard would be like, okay, we're gonna try and like add mechanics so you can't do that as easily.
Well, I was watching an Asmongold video about this because he's like a huge WoW guy, and basically what he said was, they can like ban bad actors that are selling gold, but then that's money they have to spend on people's accounts that get hacked. They have to get them their account back. They have to spend all this time banning this bad actor and getting him out there. And all that money that they're spending to stop people buying gold, why don't they not spend that money and why don't they profit off other people buying game legally through the store?
How are they transferring the gold from an account? Surely you just limit, like a credit card or like a bank. You limit how much could be transferred without, like...
What are you saying?
Because they have to transfer it from one person to another. Like
the gold?
Account, yeah, the gold itself, to buy the gold. So if I'm buying gold from you, I'll give you the money in real life, then you'll transfer it from your account to my WoW account.
Yeah.
Or probably not that, you transfer it to like a bot and then transfer it to you so you don't get banned if they do ever check up on it. Surely you just limit how much can be transferred at a time. Like, why do you need to transfer these huge amounts? Like, who's transferring these huge amounts?
That kind of goes back to the spirit of changing things about WoW. Like, any small change really fucking pisses people off.
But like, trying to stop people from buying gold.
But they don't like use their accounts to give people gold.
No.
They hack into somebody else's account.
That's my thing.
And then they sell it.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're still transferring from one account to another. Why don't you just limit how much could be transferred at once?
I don't know if that would work because they would find ways around it.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you could still limit it.
I don't think that would stop the problem though.
Do you think not?
I
think it would slow down the problem.
Anyway, interesting topic. I could talk for like 20 minutes just about this one topic, so I just want to move on, but yeah, kind of interesting. So we'll move on to the main news and then we'll end up the podcast. Microsoft has shown off the Xbox Series X specs. It has a 12 teraflops GPU.
Can we just point out how such a terrible name it is?
The Xbox Series X.
The Xbox X.
The Xbox X.
Can we just call it
Series X?
It's just the XXX at this point.
It's the triple X. Yeah, the triple X. Microsoft. So they're claiming it can go up to 8K resolution.
Yeah.
I don't see why. I don't think that's a thing people want right now.
8K 10 FPS.
8K, yeah, I was gonna say 8K 30 FPS, but probably 8K. It is a very powerful machine because again, the Microsoft once again.
But 8K gaming is ridiculous, though.
They're showing why they make the most powerful consoles.
Yeah.
Like the Xbox, I think it was called the Xbox One X or something. Yeah, the Project. No, this is Project Scarlet, I think.
Was it? I thought Project Scarlet was the other one.
But they're showing they're massively outperforming the PlayStation Pro. So it's going to be up to 8K. I guess 4K 60 is probably what we're going to be looking towards.
Okay, I would be happy with that because that's still difficult to do.
They're saying this can go up to 120 frames per second.
So that'd be like 1080p.
It's going to be on an SSD.
As well,
which at this point I'm like, why the fuck haven't consoles been on an SSD?
Yeah.
But that's going to massively increase. That's going to massively decrease loading times for people. So that's
Linus is like, welcome to the 2010s.
Yeah.
Console users.
There's going to be hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing. So you're going to have ray tracing.
Yeah, because this is going to be on the not out yet Navi based.
So it has
GPUs.
Gen 2. AMD's CPU and GPU,
which are cheaper,
specifically
but still really good.
made for the Xbox.
Yep.
So they're using some dark AMD technology to make this thing.
Yep. So it's last gen technology, but that's why they're making it cheaper, but still really good.
So I'm waiting to see more about the PS5 because Microsoft is. I'm like. Okay, if I had to rank companies right now, I think Microsoft is like near the top for one of the best companies right now.
The other thing that's pointing as well that they're not changing the operating system either, right? It's going to be a very similar thing to the old Xbox One. Like it's not much difference other than it's a new console. Whereas PS5,
one of the things they're doing is they're doing quick resumes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
this. So you can save game states even after the system is restarted.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, with the Xbox, you would launch up an app. If you turned off your machine, you would then have to relaunch the app to take you back to the place that you were. But what they're doing now is similar to you know how a phone works.
Yeah.
So you go on like Twitter, you go to a specific page, you then switch out to Reddit, you go to a specific page, and then you switch back, and then you're at the Twitter page. Yeah. It would be like a smartphone now.
Well, it's similar. It's kind of similar to like you put your computer to sleep.
Yeah.
You then turn it off. Turn it back on. Turn it back on. Like it loads you back to where you were, but quicker because it's smaller files.
About putting your computer to sleep instead of turning it off. Putting your computer to sleep and turning off your PC consume the same amount of electricity.
Yeah.
Your computer in sleep mode takes as much power as it would if it was turned off.
I turn it off at the wall though, so it has to go then save to the hard drive. But yeah, because it basically is turning itself off because it's just saving your session to your hard drive. It then reloads it from your hard drive back. I would say as well, like if you want to get around Windows 10 always updating, just put it to sleep because that's what I do with my laptop and like it doesn't update until I tell it to because of that.
Because when they said they were going with the DirectX ray tracing, I was thinking, oh, they're not going for RTX because obviously they're using the AMD build. So I was wondering if they were going to go with NVIDIA for this thing.
Yeah,
but it seems like AMD is definitely way better for building this at scale.
It's way cheaper for like the people, everyone involved, to be able to do it because NVIDIA really ups their prices for everyone.
Because we're also getting audio ray tracing, so that's going to be interesting to see. Like, didn't COD Modern Warfare, the new one, have audio ray tracing?
Anything that's like point of reference based, like a wave, can be ray traced basically. So sound, it's only sound and light is what I can think of, but anything else that's wave based.
Cyberpunk 2077 said if you buy it on Xbox One, you're going to get an Xbox Series One X for free. So
it's basically the same system.
Buy the game, it will then detect which system you're launching it on, which you would hope in 2020 that a game could detect what software is being launched on.
It seems to me like imagine like buying Cyberpunk on Steam, right?
Yeah.
And like you then install Steam on a Linux system. You then relaunch Cyberpunk. It wouldn't install the Windows 10 version. It would install the Linux version. Like to me, it's that was happening. I don't see why it would be a different build.
But yeah. The Xbox Series X does look like if it has everything it says it's going to have, I think Microsoft are going to have one of the most impressive consoles in a long time.
Isn't it super more impressive because it's basically the same as the old Xbox? Doesn't all your old games still work on this?
I don't know if it has backwards compatibility.
Yeah, that's what I think. I reckon it might do because of the way they're doing this, but I'm not actually sure. I hope that is the case though, because that would make this even more of a bigger. Like you don't have to get new games.
Oh, they're also having variable rate shading (VRS). It's patented its own form of VRS. I just don't know that much about variable rate shading. So
is that the one where the machine learning does it like before and it then uses those settings to make it quicker?
Rather than spending GPU cycles uniformly to every single pixel on the screen, developers can prioritize individual effects on specific game characters or individual environment objects. So it wouldn't have to render the entire thing.
The closer thing would get more processing power than things farther away or behind you.
So it results in more stable frame rates and higher resolution with no impact on the final image quality. What about what was the other one? It was like variable resolution scaling.
Yeah.
Where
that's the weird one, isn't it?
That was what they did with the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
Was
if it
to get 4K working on the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, it would.
The resolution would change.
Yeah. Which is interesting, but
depending on what you were looking at, like more stuff on the screen, the resolution would go down and then it would go back up if you had less.
It was pretty good from what I could tell because no one really complained about the frame rate.
The only thing about that kind of technology is when you're changing resolution and stuff, like it's heavily reliant on motion blur.
Yeah.
So like Spyro, for example, was heavily reliant on motion blur, and
if you turn it off, you'll see
Spider-Man, you couldn't turn the motion blur off on it, as well as Spyro. And as someone who gets motion sick a lot, motion blur triggers that, so that's kind of an accessibility option.
So you don't. Yeah, I understand why they add it because it is basically a performance thing. But if that's not an issue, you don't need to add your own motion blur because your brain does it for you as you.
Because what I was saying, like I really like Microsoft because Xbox Game Pass for PC is fucking amazing.
Yep.
I think Windows 10 is fine. Like
they don't do shit. They do shit for first party games at the moment though. But it seems that Sony's going to do shit first party games.
Basically, a Xbox and a Microsoft Windows 10 PC are very similar at this point.
Yep.
What else was I going to say about them?
Apparently has the same.
They're supporting tons of studios.
Apparently, Windows 10 and Xbox operating system has like the same base kernels. Like you can basically easily port from one to the other.
They're building really powerful consoles, which is going to push forward technology for PC users as well.
Yeah. Wasn't this like better? Like, weren't people suspecting that this format was better for cooling as well? So they look like they're actually getting better cooling.
The tower system.
So they're actually gonna have, because consoles are shit at cooling. I don't know if you've ever seen like how bad they can overheat.
Because it looks
the
like
PS4
a PC, the new console.
Because the PS4 is terrible for overheating.
Hmm.
But this actually, hopefully, they've made it in a way that the reason why it's in a tower is so it can actually cool itself. Wow. You know, like the Corsair One, like all-in-one PC was like it
don't know about
it only has one fan on the top and it pulls air through and it's like quite cool. I assume they're gonna do a similar thing to that. I don't know though. We'll have to see.
By the way, Halo Infinite is going to be on the new Xbox. Is that did we have to confirm that?
No, but you have to say it, I guess. And FIFA.
And Forza, because they own
the
studio.
Yeah, they do. What's the other studio they recently owned? I can't remember now.
The
people that I like.
The Hellblazer studio.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah.
We Happy Few people, I think, didn't they?
Yeah. There's another one as well, but
Undead Labs, the State of Decay people.
Yeah, that's one I knew the least of.
Moon Studios.
So Holiday. Is Holiday 2020 Christmas time?
Ori and the Blind Forest. Sorry.
Is Holiday 2020 Christmas time? Not.
Yeah.
Summer. Because summer holidays is more of a holiday.
No,
to me
holidays. I think the only big holiday is Christmas.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. It's the end of the year.
Should we read a Petermology tweet about the Xbox Series X?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So he says, he shows off the 12 teraflops, the variable rate shading, the hardware accelerator, DirectX ray tracing, the smart livery, the quick resumes. But can you hold up a drawing of a piece of paper to a virtual character and have them take it into the world, look at it and recognise both the colours and the shapes that you drew, much like Project Milo in that trailer did? Where is Milo?
Hang on, it didn't happen though, did it, Peter?
It could have with 2.0. Hashtag Milo. Hashtag remember Milo. Can't wait to see what you do with the Kinect 3.0, Peter. Like, imagine... Okay, what would have been amazing is if at the Xbox Series X they said, wait up, hold a minute, everything goes black, bam, darkness, single spotlight, boom, Peter Molyneux, in a single spotlight, the Kinect 2.
No. Project Nathaniel 2.
Project Nathaniel. A small boy in an orange jumper walks out on the stage. Peter Molyneux shakes his hand. He then goes, cuts through him. He's like, this was a hologram the whole time. Project Milo 2 will now be fully hologram. Dude, everyone's sitting around thinking about Project A. I'm sitting around thinking about Peter's game where you can put a gun on a skateboard.
Oh yeah, I actually want to see this game. Yeah. I want to sell products and make like little manufacturing plants. It sounds amazing.
We want to hear about Project P.
Project P.
Yeah, anyway. That's the end of the podcast. You can catch us and everything in between podcast on YouTube, twitch.tv/Scorn if you want to watch live, and at Scorn 2000 where I'll post updates on the podcast, VODs, live streams, anything. Goodbye.
Bye.